Heffron and Reep.
Oh, yay!
All the radio announcements actually have a personality. They're not sitting there all monodrone.
They always are coming up with new stuff, new twists.
Every once in a while, you guys are not boring.
You're listening to Heffron and Reep. Lock it in and rip the knob off. You're tuned in to the number one show on the planet. The Heffron and Reep Show.
Hey, everybody. It's Jon Reep here. I am exactly half of the Heffron and Reep Show, and you're watching me live right now on Heffron and Reep. It's 8:03 p.m. Monday night. We got lots to talk about. There will be no Heffron. I don't believe there's going to be a John Heffron. I believe that young man is busy making that corporate cash. You know what I mean? So it's just going to be me, Zach, and Mark, and Randy, and all you people out there watching me. Nicole, how you doing? We're live. I'm reading your comments. I see you. Shane Flint and Sean and Jennifer and Andy Allman. How you doing? I could talk to you about lots of things today. John Heffron just had a birthday not long ago. I think maybe it's today. Or was it yesterday? I get my times all mixed up. Anyway, John Heffron had a birthday. I believe, I want to say 61, 62. Anyway, how old do you think John Heffron is? Leave it in the comments section. Someone Google that. I have an intern that is here with me. I got the Alan Jackson that can pop in here from time to time and say hello and do things. But this podcast, look at there. See how quick that was? Oh, yeah, Julie is right. He's 52 years young. I was off. I said 62. Lost it by 10. But hello from Lexington, Mike Long. Hello, Randy Power with the question mark. We have a new review that I'd like to read. You know, this podcast is listener supported. We have Patreons, and big shout out to help me out, the Alan Jackson. Who it was that just upped their game on the Patreon page? Someone just gave us a big boost.
Bob Haynes.
Bob Haynes. Big shout out to Bob Haynes for being an awesome Patreon supporter, and all of our Patreon supporters. You help us keep the lights on here at Heffron and Reep, and we do appreciate you. Lots to talk about. Go ahead and hit the share button if you feel so inclined. You know, that's one way this podcast can grow. It's not really, I don't even like saying podcast. This YouTube show can grow. Facebook, because we're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And when you hit the share button, more people will see it. You know the math. You know how it works. Hello from Idaho, Shannon. Hello, Trey Painter from Spartanburg, South Carolina, a.k.a. Murderburg. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that, Trey. Hope things turn around for you down there in Murderburg. What's up, David Rottweiler? No, you rock, dude. Appreciate that. Heidi Fox hit the share button, and she said done with a check mark. Appreciate you, Heidi. We do have a new review that I would like to read. And, we make this deal on our on Country-ish as well as Heffron and Reep. If you write us a nice review and give us 5 stars, we will read your review on the show and give you a big shout out. So let me do that now. This is from someone by the name of JBob1357. They gave us 5 stars. Heard about this show through Country-ish podcast. John and Jon are amazing, and I love their comedy pairing and antics that come out in this show. Thanks for the laughs, and keep them coming. My pleasure, JBob1357. I appreciate the nice review. Appreciate the love. So, couple things that are going on today. I'm going to have a guest zoom in to this show since John Heffron can't make it. And this guy, me and Heffron, we're going up to Michigan, and we're doing a That's How We Roll comedy tour. We're going to be doing comedy in bowling alleys, Zach and Ball Nuts and Dale McJunkin, who hit the share button. Appreciate you. Randy Power, 5 stars on Apple Podcast and or iTunes. If you look for Heffron and Reep on iTunes or Apple Podcasts, there's a way that you can give us a 5 stars and rate us. That's how you do it, Randy. Thanks for asking that question. Randy's a big YouTube follower. He leaves lots of comments, and I appreciate you, buddy. All that stuff feeds into the algorithm, helps us out. June is awesome. I think Kevin meant to say John. He put 2 O's in John. That's okay. I'm so smooth, but you need more O's in John. I get it. Still waiting for the dating game, Chris McDonald. That's the country-ish show. We're going to do that. Glow Dance Party, Saturday MVP coming out. I'm not coming out this Saturday. I don't think so. What am I doing this Saturday? Let's see here. This Saturday coming up. Oh, yeah, I'll be in Charlotte. Yeah, I've been talking about it for a long time. Your boy, Jon Reep, is going to be performing stand-up comedy in Charlotte this weekend. I will be at the Comedy Zone Thursday, 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday. So that's 5 shows, 1 Thursday, 2 Friday, 2 Saturday. Come out to the Comedy Zone in Charlotte and watch me do stand-up comedy. And they have newly renovated the place. And I've not been in there since they renovated it. It's at the North Carolina Music Factory, that area in Charlotte. So you guys want to see your boy in action, that's how you do it. You get tickets at jonreep.com. Click on tour dates or whatever. You'll see it right there. So thanks for bringing that up, Joey. You trying to get me to come to your glow party made me think of my own crap. See how that works? Thank you, the Alan Jackson. I will get to that in 1 second. Lots to talk about. We got Kyle Troup going to be joining the show. Today is National Daiquiri Day. So we'll talk about that. It's also Words with Friends Day and Get Out of the Doghouse Day. Lots, and also something crazy happened on this day in history. And we have a crazy story that we could or could not talk about a Michigan man who found 160 bowling balls during a home improvement project. What is it with Michigan and bowling that is such a love affair? I don't know. Perhaps our guest can tell us when we have him come on here in a second. But first, I want to do this. When I was in Virginia doing stand-up comedy, Rick Sanford III came out to a show, and he gave me this beer. It's called Choosy Mothers. It's a peanut butter porter. And they call it Choosy Mothers because choosy moms choose Jif. And I guess Jif has something to do with this. It's made only in Richmond, Virginia. It's a porter. It's 6.6. And I'm going to open it. I got 2 of them. I'll save one for Heffron. I'm going to open it and have it with you. Also, my intern, Mark Haverball, is making daiquiris because it is National Daiquiri Day. So shout out Rick Sanford III. I got your beer. I'm having it right now. Let me get one sip in here. That's not bad. Haverball, you want one of these beers? Yeah, let me try them. I got my intern, Mark Haverball, who was in here, a leftover. You know, he likes to pop in on Country-ish. He likes to pop in on Heffron and Reep. Let's see here. So, Mark, I want to know what you think of this. See Reep and eat palmetto. Yeah, palmetto cheese is great. Not into daiquiris, but I'm enjoying a beer. Thank you. Andy Gunn. Oh, yeah. Michael Evans Sullivan says, I'm not into daiquiris, but I'm enjoying a beer or 5. Well, cheers to you. I'm having a peanut butter porter. So if you guys want to have a drink with me, we can do it together. Right now, I'm reading your comments. Who said something about Biodome? Oh, yeah. He says, hang on. Where did that comment go? Chris Johnson said, I'll be at Hyenas Dallas on Saturday seeing Pauly Shore. Pauly Shore was a guest on Country-ish. Tell him I said hello, because I will also be in Dallas later on this year doing stand-up comedy. So hopefully, Chris Johnson, you'll come back and see me, and we can talk about Biodome or Son-in-Law. It's an okay beer, if only if you like peanut butter. I like peanut butter. All righty then. The Alan Jackson, I believe you were saying in the private chat that our guest is in the waiting room, and let me give him a big introduction. You know, Hickory's famous for a lot of things. Hickory used to be the furniture capital of the world. It used to be, NASCAR country. It's home to the Jarretts, Del Jarrett, Ned Jarrett. I think the pig from Green Acres is from here. Not sure about that one. I'm from here, but not just me and those things. We got major athletes that are from the Hickory area. I was like the Hickory area. Madison Bumgarner, pitcher for the San Francisco Giants. I'm not sure where he's pitching now. He's from this area. You got Eric Church, the country singer, from this area. And this next guy I'm about to bring into the room, he's a professional bowler, 10-pin bowler residing in Taylorsville. He uses a two-handed shovel-style delivery. And this guy, not only is he one of the best bowlers in the world, he's also got the best hair in the business. The Alan Jackson, let's welcome to the show Mr. Kyle Troup. Is he? Yeah, baby.
John, what's up, my man?
Oh,
the champ is here.
That's what I'm talking about.
The champ is here.
Dude, I love it. Tell me about this belt you got strapped around your shoulder.
Well, it's been in safekeeping for about a month or so. I won the PBA playoffs earlier in the year up in Milford, Connecticut, home of the WWE. And they gave us a sweet trophy as well, but this is my baby. We got the world title belt. This thing's about 6 to 8 pounds. We got the PBA logo. Yeah, this thing's legit.
Wow.
I had to pry it out of my dad's hands for 5 minutes so I could borrow it for the show.
Now, I have some follow-up questions. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, I want to know how many trophies do you think you have? How many championships have you won? And is this the first belt that you've been given?
So I have 13 regional titles, 8 national titles. Those are the big ones. Whenever you see me get to pick it out on TV. And This is definitely the first belt. They gave away a belt last year. I lost in the round of 4. So I was determined to get the belt. My father was there with me for the weekend. And I got called out by Roman Reigns. He's a pretty big fella, and I called him out afterwards. He didn't bite. He didn't want the smoke.
Oh yeah, he can't handle it. He can't handle the troop smoke. I hear you, buddy. Yeah, Shane Flitt says that's freaking awesome belt. I'm jealous of that belt. I won Last Comic Standing, season 5, 2007, and I had a joke about how, what did you get? Did you get like a sash? Did you get a tiara? I make a joke about how I wanted a belt, yada yada yada. And I've had fans show up that have given me cardboard belts, like they make with aluminum foil and that stuff. That's a legit belt.
Yeah, this thing, it brought back my younger days of wrestling my stuffed animals on the trampoline for the WWE title when I was a kid after school.
Who did you pretend to be when you were a kid on the trampoline?
Oh, Stone Cold Steve Austin, the beer drinking son of a gun.
That's right.
Cheers. I'm on a summer cleanse. We got the summer tour coming up, so
I
forgot my daiquiri. I heard it was National Daiquiri Day.
It's National Daiquiri Day. I don't really do daiquiris, unless I'm at a resort or like somewhere in Hawaii.
It just goes with it. Have to be fancy.
Yeah, you don't want to be the guy who's not playing along. So I did bring a blender in here, and my intern can blend us up a daiquiri and we could have one. But you're on the cleanse, so are you doing like a sober thing for a minute?
Yeah, I've enjoyed the summer. I broke a PBA earnings record, won a couple titles. So it's been a fun summer the past month, but we got 5 weeks coming up on the road. So we're just, I did these cleanse pills.
Ooh.
These cleanse pills last week. Yeah. Real talk. Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Well, it was a bunch of shit. It was, it did its job, but just trying to clean up, have the body feeling good for the summer tour. Cause I know there'll probably be a few celebratory beers on the summer tour as well.
Well, hats off to you for taking it serious. Obviously you take it serious because you're making a lot of money doing this. You're traveling all over the world. And I'm just proud to say we got like a guy like you from this area. And a lot of people probably have this connotation of bowling mixed with beer, mixed with cigarettes, where it's like, you can be a big guy and bowl. But, like any major sport where it's getting real, Kyle's treating it real. And like he's going on a cleanse. Good for you, brother.
Thank you. We're real people as well. We enjoy our beer with our bowling, after bowling.
Sure.
We got to get this tank ready for war.
Well, I have a lot of questions because, I bowl maybe once, twice a year at the most. But John Heffron, who is my podcast partner, you're on Heffron and Reep right now. Mm-hmm. John Heffron is from Michigan. And I'm sure you've been bowling in Michigan, yeah?
Just finished second in Detroit, Michigan about 3 weeks ago. I lost by 1 pin.
No kidding. Do we want to talk smack about the guy that beat you?
Well, I beat him the year before in the same tournament by 1 pin. So I guess it was
oh wow, really?
We were rooming together that year. I beat him by a pin. We bowled each other again. The table, but he didn't win the belt. See, he didn't win this thing. He didn't get that.
How heavy is that thing?
It's about 6 pounds. This thing is legit. My father looked it up because, of course, when I won it, he's like, "How much is that? How much is that thing worth?" Right. I said, "I guess the custom plates at PBA spent about $1,500. So this thing is legit.
Now, where are you going to showcase that in your house? Now, are we? Tell me where you're zooming in from.
Yeah, I'm in my dungeon. I'm in the prison cell in Taylorsville. Kind of looks like it. Whatever.
No, you're actually at your own place.
I'm at my house. Yeah, I'm in my room. Okay. That's my closet with all the outfits.
Oh yeah, pants. That's another great thing about Kyle Troup, man. He dresses up. See, you stand out. You're smart, dude. Your hair's unique. Your outfits are unique. People talk about you. That's smart. Now, so I'm wondering, you're zooming in from home. Are you on a laptop or your phone?
I'm on a laptop.
Ah, okay. Well, a laptop. Kyle's fro is so totally in charge. That's what's up, says Wendy Saple.
Pick it out.
He picks it. Yeah, pick it out.
See, we got different color picks too. We got pink for the ladies. We got blue for the young kids. Yeah, we're hooked up. We got picks galore.
I was wondering if there's a section in your
might just toss one in every 5 minutes and see how many we can get.
Oh, yeah, the there you go. Hey, D. Allen Jackson, I know I'm putting you on the spot. There is a picture of me. I believe it's on my Instagram, but I bet you if you were to do this, I don't know, have a ball. Do me a favor. I want you to look up, one of y'all look up Jon Reep Christmas. Christmas. I know I had an afro when I was a kid. That's what I'm trying to get.
Was it a red afro?
Oh, dude, of course it is. Yes. And let me tell you something. I wanted it. Like, for whatever reason, maybe it was like there was the perm. I know you're doing it because it's like it stands out. It's awesome. It looks good. And it gets you a lot of attention, which is what you want.
Got to build the brand.
Got to build the brand. This is a smart
Pro
thing.
With the fro. Doing.
But it was like there's some movie that came out. And I thought like, oh yeah, I want that. And I told my mom I wanted an afro, and my dad got one. I got one, and my brother got one. And there's a picture of me around Christmas where I've got this big red perm, and it was a mistake for me because I look like little orphan Annie.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. I had a buddy in middle school permed his hair, and he came to school and he was gone by second period.
That's the one. Show Alan that one if you don't mind running it in there and showing Alan that. Yeah. So he had a red one. And he did what?
No, well, he got a perm. Because I guess he wanted to try and have an afro like me, and then everybody made fun of him, and he didn't even make it to lunchtime. He went home, washed his hair, cut his hair, came back with no hair the next day.
It's a bold choice, and what you've got is not just the fro; it's picked out. It's frizzy fro because
this is a golf fro for today. We were out enjoying the outdoors a little bit today.
Now, if you didn't do anything to your hair, what would it be like? If you didn't have anything done, what would it look like?
Well, if I didn't pick it out, it would just be a lot smaller. I do put product in it sometimes to kind of give it the Jerry curl look, but now the hair is getting a little too long. So it just depends on the size. There's like small fro, large fro,
yeah,
big daddy fro.
Is it naturally curly?
Yeah.
And, so
I grew up. My father had an afro on tour, and I was like, yeah, that's where I got my curly hair from. I found out like 6 months ago, all this time, that he got a perm, so he didn't have curly hair. So I'm like, where did it come from?
What? So how do you get it then?
Well, when I was younger, he always said the mailman was black. And I didn't quite understand that, but I think I'm getting the hang of it now.
Well, maybe y'all should get on the ancestry.com.
Ancestry.
Figure that out. But yeah, I had a permanent dude.
Oh yeah.
See that?
That's pretty sick.
That's my younger brother Jason with his beautiful blonde curly hair.
That's what my hair used to look like.
You had blonde hair?
Yeah. And when I was younger, I made my dad made a show in '98, and I was 7. Gold blonde afro, and then I grew up and got this ugly brown. Come on. Now I look like Bob Ross.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you get that a lot, Bob Ross.
I just claim him to be my uncle now at this point, and then they're like, "Oh my God, really?" I'm like, "No, I just have an afro."
Yeah, I mean, I wonder what the history of Bob Ross's afro was too. I wonder if that was a branding thing on his part as well, or if it was sort of this is just the style I like. You know what I mean? With Bob Ross, but you can see this picture here. It's the red perm. Totally looked like little orphan Annie because she was a little girl, I was a little boy. We looked exactly the same, so I got picked on. But then later, I used it to my advantage. I had an album come out called Ginger Pain, and I went and got another curl, another perm, and I wanted to look like Prince. If Prince's album was not called Purple Rain, but called Ginger Pain.
All right.
Ginger Pain.
Ginger Pain.
Purple Rain. Okay. Ginger Pain. The pains of being a ginger.
I got you.
And I actually came into this studio and took all my clothes off and did that one album where Prince is covering up his boobs, has got his leg up. Oh, yeah. I didn't think Alan was ready for that. Alan, on your own time, you can find it. No, you don't. Did you delete that hard drive?
I burned it out in the backyard and off in a puff of smoke. No, I'll find it. You want me to find it?
Yeah, find one. Since we're talking about perms, we might as well throw that one up here. But yeah, so if you guys have a question for Kyle Troup, now's a good time to ask it, and he'll answer your questions. Keep it nice, keep it PG. Kyle, so you have been to Michigan. You lost by 1 pin 3 weeks ago. What was the guy's name that beat you? And is he from Michigan?
Anthony Simonson, and no, he's actually from Lost Wages.
Oh, Las Vegas.
We just did that 2 weeks ago.
Oh wow!
Got bit by it's every weekend somewhere.
So when you go bowling, I mean, you're going to nice places. You're going to professional alleys, probably that have a lot of you're not talking about small ones, right?
No, normally it's 32 lanes at least. Because we have at least 100 entries, so it's kind of tough to really do them in smaller centers.
Gotcha. See, I don't know what it is about Michigan and bowling, but they must love it.
Yeah, that's so Michigan, and especially like the Detroit area, has been known as like the bowling mecca of the country. It's just been lots of history, in Detroit with the bowling, tons of fans. I mean, we just had 300 fans a couple weeks ago, and that was like the first time fans were really allowed back, and we had just people pouring out of the bowling center, so they just love bowling up there, man. I heard you talking earlier on the show about the guy. Now, the 160 bowling balls, yeah, that's a little weird. I mean, I guess it's good that he was just hoarding bowling balls instead of like children or
Right.
animals.
I mean, if you're going to find something when you're doing your home makeover, bowling balls is safe, I guess. Yeah, you don't want to
they're not bombs. I'm sure he probably thought they were bombs when he first unveiled. And,
right.
I heard some of these balls, like people were trying to buy because they're old. And I'm like, they've been in the dirt for 20 years. Like, I don't think they're going to work. Pretty sure Charlotte Webb has taken over.
That leads me to a question. Like, what are the difference between bowling balls today and bowling balls from, I don't even know how old these balls were. But what's the big difference, you think?
I mean, on the technical side of it, the bowling balls was changed from like a urethane material to more of a resin material. But in the sports side of it, it's just the technology has increased, just like with golf clubs and everything else. The performance just keeps increasing. The covers are stronger, but it doesn't matter if it's a 2021 ball or 1990 ball. If it sits outside and, sits in the ground, waterlogged, I'm sure that thing's going to sound like a wet golf ball going down the lane. Probably hit like one too.
Well, did you know about this story? Have you heard about this?
Yeah, I seen that on Facebook. Yeah, a bunch of guys were sharing it around. I'm just like, all right, I guess his kids don't have to worry about equipment if they're bowlers.
Yeah, this guy, David Olson, a Michigan man, working on a home improvement project. He says he made a shocking discovery when he unearthed 160 bowling balls from his property. He found the balls buried in the ground on July 1st as he was demolishing the back steps of his Norton Shores home. But at first he was unaware of how many he would find. He says, I was kind of assuming maybe there was just a couple in there just to fill it in. And the deeper I got into it, the more I realized it was basically an entire grid work of them making up the weight in there. The balls were made by Brunswick Bowling Products.
Yeah, that's pretty much one of the three major ball companies. I believe they make pool tables and Brunswick. But, yep. And 160 balls, I'll show you something real quick. That's a lot. Like, here is just
yes, we're getting you can tour us around the house. This is what I was going to ask you earlier, if you could show us around. How many balls is that?
That was probably about 30. I don't have any room to keep all of my undrilled equipment in my room, so I'll take it to my brother's room.
Oh yeah. Older or younger brother?
Younger brother. He is 25. He's a bowler himself.
Okay. What's his name?
Tyler.
Tyler Troup.
Lighting sucks in his room, but these are all non-drilled balls.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of the stash.
Yeah.
And then
there's a stash.
There's his stash. He's got his Patriots controller. Yeah.
Now, why would he have undrilled bowling balls?
Well, so a lot of those are mine, but the sponsors, they'll send us the new products that come out. I'll order some equipment. So whenever I need to drill a new ball, kind of like actually, no, that's not a good example. Golf clubs last way longer than bowling balls, but I could get probably 50, 60 games on a ball, and I notice the performance changing in the ball, because it's kind of how it worked. The bowling ball absorbs oil in the pores, which obviously we can't see, but under a microscope, it absorbs the oil. And as the balls get more oil in them, they don't hook as much. So then we just go to Tyler Troup's Pro Shop across the way, grab a ball and take it to the bowling center.
Now, the reason why they're not drilled, is it because, is your grip always the same? Could you make the holes? Is there a standard size between each hole?
So obviously, the holes will fit my fingers. So, I'll go get it drilled at the pro shop. Okay. Being a two-handed bowler, it's a little easier. I don't use a thumb, so I don't have to worry so much about, getting my hand span, dealing with the thumb issues. That's the big advantage of a two-handed bowler. We don't use a thumb. So
yeah,
if I had a drill press at my house, I could probably manage drilling 2 holes, but we'll leave it to the professionals in the pro shop.
So do you bowl with bowls that only have 2 holes?
Yeah, just 2 finger holes. That's actually a rule now that if you're a 2-handed bowler, you're only allowed finger holes. Like any hole in the ball, you would have to have a finger, thumb, something in it. So that was they were pretty much tired of the 2-handers winning so much that they changed the rule and they said, all right. But then we just figured out how to drill the balls a little differently, and they roll even better now. So
I'm wondering, is there an advantage to only having 2 holes in a ball, or is there an advantage to having 3 holes and not using one? Like, there's got to be some sort of weird.
Yeah, that's diving a lot deeper into bowling and, changing the dynamics of the core on the inside of the ball. Yeah, and then my fro starts smoking after. I know how to throw them. I know what they do, and I'll leave the rest to the.
Well, let me ask you this: you're a 2-handed bowler. I could not imagine trying to even do. I'm not flexible. When I grab the ball, I just throw it as hard as I can right down the dang middle. And sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But the 2-handed, I wouldn't know how to hold it. I wouldn't know how to do that. How did you get started in that? Are you a better 2-handed bowler than you are a 1-handed bowler?
I would still be a manager at Wendy's if I bowled one-handed. I would not be a professional. I cannot bowl one-handed very good. If I had to guess, it would probably be like a 160 average.
Okay.
Versus my 220 average on the PBA tour this year. But so I got started bowling. My father was a professional for 30 years. As a kid, I was whining, always wanting to use his ball, 15 pounds at 3-4 years old. So my dad started me with like a 10, 12 pound ball, and I had to bowl 2-handed to get it down the lane. And then as I got older, I just stuck with it, thankfully, and people were like, what's your kid doing? Like, that's not how you bowl. And kind of heard that a little bit growing up, but thankfully he was pretty go with the flow and just let me go bowl, because that meant I wasn't asking for quarters, or I wasn't bothering him in the pro-am or in the bar afterwards partying.
When did the 2-handed style start taking off? As a part of the sport or whatever?
I would say about a decade ago, probably about 10 years ago. Jason Belmonte, 2-hander from Australia. He won 4 Player of the Years in 5 years. Broke the major record, won 13 majors. So him being on TV every week, the kids seeing it, it's a cool delivery. And now there's probably 8 2-handers that have won a title in the last 2 years. Wow. So it's that. And then young kids nowadays, they can just see so much more development at a young age. They can see their ball spin. They can actually get curve on it with 2 hands at 5 years old. And I think that's what's now pushing 2-handed even more, is because the younger generation. I mean, I'll go to a youth tournament and half the field are 2-handed bowlers. So, I mean, it's cool to see. It's definitely the new trend in bowling, and it's here to stay.
Are there rules about how many holes are allowed in the ball? I'm wondering, if you have 2 hands on the ball, would it be an advantage if you had like 6 holes?
You would have to use. So that's the only rule, is whatever hole is in the ball, you have to use for gripping purposes.
You have to put your finger all the way in it.
Yeah, you have to at least have a finger in the hole. So if I could grow another finger, I might try it. I'll have to.
No, I mean, if you're using 2 hands, right? So you got 3 from this one, 3 from this one. I don't know what you do with the other hand.
It's more of just a guide. Like, I mean, it's a cradle, but at release, like if you do a slow-mo release at the foul line, we release it with 1 hand, just like every other bowler. We just look a little different getting to the line. Well,
you're getting some love. Dennis Hempill says, this guy rocks.
I seen somebody said I got snubbed on the ESPY.
I was about to read that one.
ESPN.
Don Veltman said Kyle got robbed for the ESPY. Tell me about that. What's going on here? Who got the ESPY?
It was the ESPY for Best Bowler of the Year. It's pretty clear right now. I mean, number 1 in points, number 1 in earnings. I've won a major. I've won the playoffs. So I thought for sure I was going to win it. And Tom Doherty from Florida won, and he's not even in the top 8 in points.
Well, how does this happen? What is your theory on this?
I've thought a few things, but really at the end of the day, it's a fan vote. So, you have to get the fans to vote. But I have 50,000 followers on social media, and he has like 10. So that didn't make sense.
Dude, Kyle.
I think some guys made a bunch of email accounts and just spam voted all day long.
Next time. All right. I got this Facebook fan page that you're on right now has over 200,000. Okay.
If we lose the SB next year, then there's going to be a problem.
You let me know when it's time. Seriously, because I don't pay attention to all this stuff. Text me. You got my number. Say, Reep, it's go time. And then it's go time. And then I will tell everybody on my Facebook page where to vote, how to vote. And there's no way you won't win next year.
All right. Hey, and that's what I'm doing. We'll use it as fuel for the fire for next year and hopefully close out the summer tour and win player of the year.
And apparently you don't even have to be in the top 7. So just
top 8. No, I think it's like 10th.
You just have a mediocre career and then we'll still get you the SB.
Best ball. Yeah. I was mad. I was laying in bed Saturday night. It came out about 11 o'clock. And I was pretty mad. And then I watched McGregor snap his leg. And I was like, okay, I guess things could be worse.
Right. So what is your favorite sport outside of bowling?
To watch?
Yeah.
It would probably be football. I'm a Carolina Panthers season ticket holder. Go Panthers. C-Mac.
Really?
Yes, sir. Section 318. Got some club seats.
Question. Okay.
Yep. So, I love the Panthers, watching them. And then to play, I love playing golf. I'm not good at all. I mean, I actually played 36 holes today for the first time in like a year. And I thought it was going to rain all day. So I was like, well, we took full advantage of that. My best round's 96. So yeah, we're not going to get to the PGA Tour anytime soon.
Where did you play?
We played at Cedar Rock in Lenore.
Oh, okay. Very good. Justin Hensey says, I oil my balls. That's good. It's good to oil your balls. I'm sure you get lots of ball jokes and oils and 2 fingers, the shocker versus all that stuff. There's lots of jokes running around here.
Speaking of oiling balls,
yes,
I have to say, so the PBA this year was proud to welcome a new sponsor, and it was for ball maintenance.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do we got? What do we got?
Little Manscaped action.
Manscaped. Yeah.
They are the proud sponsor from the waist below. I believe that's how it works.
Do you, is that your sponsor as well? I mean, you have to have some
they just sent me some, I have some sponsors, unfortunately.
Well, let's give them some plugs.
Yeah. Storm Products, that's my bowling ball sponsor. They make it happen. Cool Wick Jersey Company. We've got lots of awesome merch there. Sponsored by Bowler X. That's a online retail shop for bowling supplies. And then I have Vice, which is the grip accessory company. And lastly, Lane Talk, which is actually a cool app. You can download the app. You can track bowling from all around the country. They do some awesome tournaments that are global wide. So, lots of awesome people helping me along the way. Hopefully, like I said, we can bring home the player of the year to not only for myself, but for all my sponsors, because it's been several years in the making. It's been a great year. Hopefully we can cap it off.
When you bowl in this area, where do you bowl?
Penn Station in Newton.
That is right next to my girlfriend's house.
Well, we need to go bowling sometime, John.
I would love to do a bowling video.
Some kind of bowling social.
Yeah, let's do it.
We
can
make that
something.
Happen.
Yeah, we'll cross promote it. Yeah, I would love to. Maybe that'll be the challenge. You have to only use one hand bowling against me.
Oh, God.
And see who would win. Could I beat a professional bowler if he only has one hand? Right. You'd still win.
I'd keep it close, though, so that way you'd probably want to bowl again. And then maybe
I bet you do that. I bet. I mean, people.
The hustle's
you
real.
Give them a little bit of hope, right?
And then just yank their heart out.
And just go like, all right, I'm going to do 6 turkeys in a row. Hey, Mark Havelball, how's the daiquiris coming? Do you want to try and hit a daiquiri? I wish I could have one with Mr. Kyle Troup over here. We'll do that in the future, my friend. So let me ask you about. Well, hang on. Let me ask you about Michigan specifically, because John Heffron and I are doing a tour of bowling alleys, right? And one of the bowling alleys that we're going to, apparently, it's like very old. It was built in the 1800s or something.
Whoa.
And they said it's haunted because the people have died in this building. There's only 4 lanes, maybe 6 lanes. I can't remember. But it's in Howard City, Michigan. So have you only bowled in Detroit, or do you go out? Do you go to smaller lanes?
I mean, I do sometimes, but most of the time, the tournaments are in bigger centers, bigger areas to get more entries. Unfortunately, that sounds like an awesome bowling center. I'm sure a few people might have died after leaving too many 10 pins, lost one to the sport. But Detroit and Grand Rapids, that's the only few places that I've bowled in. Here we go. I haven't golfed to Michigan.
Yeah, we're flying into Grand Rapids. We're going to like a Howard City. The Alan Jackson, can you, at some point as I'm talking, can you put up the little icon or meme that we have made for we're calling it, there it is, Heffron and Reep. That's how we roll tour. We're going to Howard City, the Spectrum Entertainment Complex in Wyoming, Michigan, Park, Theater, Holland, Rockford, and Muskegon. Have you been to any of these places, my friend?
So Muskegon is actually where the Brunswick plant is. Brunswick products, the Brunswick bowling balls. Yeah, I don't know if that was where y'all are going or not. But yeah, I've been to Muskegon once before, but other than that, I don't recognize any of those places.
So in Muskegon, or maybe in Howard City or somewhere, you said Brunswick, right?
Yeah, Muskegon, the 28th. Yeah, that's where their headquarters is.
I think they're going to make us our own balls.
Oh, heck yeah.
Me and Heffron. And I will bring that to bowl against you in the future when we have our little our bowling tournament, just me and you. And I'll have a bowling ball. What else would you suggest for me? Give me some pointers, some tips, because me and Heffron will be bowling against each other and against people who come to the show. So we'll do a comedy. Like I'm going to do like 30 minutes. He's going to do 30 minutes. We're going to go on stage together, do another 30 minutes together with Q&A with the crowd. And then whoever stays, we're going to bowl with whoever. So I will be bowling is my point. And give me some, what's a quick tip that I can, like a cheat or a hack that most people might not know?
I mean, you already kind of told me that you just sling it down the lane.
Yeah.
Keep it simple, kind of like in golf. I'm swinging as hard as I can. And guess what? You don't need to. Kind of the same in bowling, find a speed that's comfortable that you can repeat, because the game's all about repeating shots and repeatability. So, and actually throwing the ball harder is just going to cause it to deflect even more since you're not really curving it.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
So like if it's just flying down the lane with no rotations, it's going to hit and then deflect. So it's probably not going to go through the pins as well. So I think the main tip would just be a softer speed, something that's comfortable that you can repeat. And strikes are for show, but spares make the dough. So cover your spares.
Oh, yeah. So, okay. Now, when it comes to the weight of the ball, see, I know you're probably thinking I'll just grab the heaviest one because I got these cannons, but really, I kind of find the lightest one I can with the biggest holes in it.
That way you can throw it as hard as you want.
That's what I do, but it's hard to find, what's the lightest ball that an adult should be using?
I mean, I guess it all kind of depends. Obviously, if my father's 71, he's using 13 pounds still. So I don't think you should be using less than 13 because my father can barely walk to the foul line.
What's your weight?
I use 15 pounds.
15.
I would say probably 90% of the tour use 15, and then the other few players use 16 pounds. 15, 16 is the common pound for tour.
Is there an advantage to the weight of a ball? Like if you could actually control a ball that was 20 pounds, would that help you at all?
That we don't know. I would say maybe if you get too light in the weights, then the ball's not going to want to finish through the pins properly. But when it comes to 14, 15, 16 pounds, they're pretty much the same. It's kind of just what your body can handle bowling 3 games a week or 50 games a week, if it's my sense.
The Alan Jackson, did you ever find that picture of me with the perm from the Ginger Payne album? I want to.
Yes.
And now we have to put out a warning for.
So I'm just you want me to pop them up there?
I mean, I've already shared it. It's out there.
All right, I'll put up the couple with the perm, and then I'll end with the one. Yeah.
I mean, I'm comfortable with it because I'm covered up. But yeah, so do you like Prince, Kyle Troup?
Yeah, I don't listen to much Prince, but I appreciate his music. And, every now and then we can get into a vibe.
Yeah,
rock with Prince.
There was one album that he did. Oh
my God.
Oh, Kyle, never look at me the same again.
This looks like a terrible Pirates of the Caribbean crew member.
Yes, it looks like an old theater picture from
and then I guess I see the theater shirt. At first I thought pirate shirt.
No, I'm talking about with the eyes. I used to do that in theater. I got guy liner on.
Oh, yeah, you look yeah, wow.
There you go.
The greatest showman on earth.
Yeah, dude, but look at the perm, huh?
Oh, that's kind of what my hair kind of looks like if I put some product in it.
Okay.
Just kind of wet curls kind of laying on my head. Just wondering what to do.
I hope people can admire my commitment to the joke and also Kyle's commitment to the brand and the career, walking around with this after I did it, because I remember having the perm done. And the lady who was putting it in was laughing because she's like, well, do you want me to use the activator? Because if I do that, it's going to stay for a long time. I'm like, do whatever you would normally do. Okay. And I didn't even think about it. And I had that for a minute. And
yeah, because that was my buddy shaved his head after he got his hair perm. It looked terrible.
Yeah. And the red perm is hard. It's hard to walk around as a man with a red perm.
I can pull up a quick photo. I got my hair braided one time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I did the cornrows.
Text that to me, and as you're doing that, I'll tell everybody. Check out heffronandreep.com. You can see old episodes, new episodes. Check us out on tour. It's the Jon Reep, John Heffron. That's how we roll tour. We're going to be all over Michigan, man. We're going to be up there the 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th of August. Kyle Troup just sent it to me. I will click upon this, and then I will send this. Copy, paste, copy. Oh, dude, you kind of look badass. I'm going to send this to the Alan Jackson, and he will get it going. So, yeah, what else would you like to promote? Where can people help you out, help the cause?
My social media channels, pretty easy to find. Instagram, Kyle_Troup, TROUP, like you see down there. I don't use Twitter as often, but it is Kyle Troup PBA. And then I have a athlete page on Facebook, Kyle Troup page, because you can't have a Kyle Troup and a Kyle Troup page.
Oh, yeah.
Or two Kyle Troups. Yeah, it's aggravating, but it works.
It's a pain, but go ahead, Alan.
No, sorry, I didn't want to interrupt. I just, John, I do have one last photo I can bring up. I just,
yeah, I mean,
want to make sure we're ready for it.
I know what it is. I'm ready for it. Hey, you can go full screen for all I care. That's the
yes.
Get you some. Now, Kyle, are you brave enough? Are you brave enough to spoof this image with your hair? You take me bowling, and then you do this. If you lose to me,
okay,
you have to do this same image. Is it a deal?
All right. That's a bet. That's a deal.
You heard it here, folks. If I beat... Okay, Alan, please take it down. It's been up there way too long.
It's stuck.
Can I just remind you guys here? I just have to say this. So John and I have been working together for, year and a half, something like that.
Yeah.
That was one of the first days we worked together as he came in, and that was the studio shoot. So I haven't been quite the same ever since. So.
Yeah, I mean, like I know Alan Jackson my whole life, but we took a good 20 years off because I went off to LA and he was still, he was working his butt off here in Chapel Hill. He went to UNC. He was a Tar Heel. I'm an NC State Wolfpack. And, we just didn't see each other for a long time. But when I came back, this is one of the first things we did.
Hey, Alan, want to come work for me and take pictures of me naked?
He almost kicked me out of his studio when that happened. But, right. But
no,
Alan,
we rolled with it. We were cool. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. Yeah.
Well, I commit. This is what I want people to take away from this. I commit to a joke. If it will get a laugh, I will go all the way in. And Thomas said he's trying to eat pizza. I apologize, Thomas. This is a
yeah. Luckily, my photo is not quite as well. It is kind of revealing of my forehead, but.
Cosmo Nick said he won't sleep for 2 weeks now. You're welcome, buddy. Maybe get some work done, Cosmo. Let me ask you this. You just said, if I win, you will take the same picture. This is true.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, we're going one-handed. I don't know when we're doing this.
But I'm going to start practicing.
Once we set a date. You better believe I'm going to start practicing. You know who Toby Dietz is?
Oh yeah, Toby Dietz. Yeah.
Well, me and Toby are good
my
friends.
Whole life.
Me and Toby are good friends, and I'm gonna reach out to Toby and go, let's do this. Yeah,
but see, dude. I know what. So I've given Toby a few bowling balls in the last year because he's been getting back into bowling. Yeah, when he comes calling for another ball, yeah, I know what's up now.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. Well, Kyle, I really appreciate you taking the time to jump in here and talk to me, man. I'm so happy for your success. Just know everybody over here and in Hickory and all over the world is big fans and rooting for you. And where are you headed next? Where's your next venture?
I'll be flying to Lubbock, Texas on Thursday, and then Houston the following week. So we got a couple trips down to the west, the wild west of Texas. And
when will these be on air? Will these be on?
So these 5 events are actually on Flow Bowling, which is our online subscription live stream platform. So our finals, they're still awarding a title, just like the ones that do on TV. They just pay a little less, and they're on our streaming platform.
Okay. All right. Look, folks, let's do this. Team Fish. Let's get it going. And I cannot wait for me and you to bowl together. I know you're going to win. I know what you're going to do, too. You will get it down to that last frame.
Not if I got to take that picture. I might have it won by the 5th frame.
Right, that's true. I shouldn't have put that on the line. I should have waited till the very last frame and then said, "Hey, let's do this." Right now, what if I should lose, so my punishment shouldn't be as severe. But if you think of something you want me to do, like I want you to take that photo,
wear a Kyle Troup jersey with an afro wig for your show.
I'll do that.
Have a Kyle
I'll do
Troup.
that.
Yeah, you have to tribute the show to the best bowler in the world, and
okay.
And that's who you want to be, like Kyle.
That deal. I will, for one full episode of either Heffron and Reep or Country-ish.
I'll get you a jersey.
Yeah, we'll do
if you lose, then you'll win because you'll get a jersey.
I like it. I love it. Right. Thank you, Kyle. I appreciate it, buddy.
Man, it's been a blessing, bud. Thanks for having me on. Best of luck in your journey. I'm going to miss you at the Comedy Zone. Have fun.
Oh, that's all right. Well, you'll catch another one, dude. I'll keep you posted. I appreciate it, man.
All right, man. Take care, bud. Good to see you.
All right, Kyle Troup, everybody. Huh? What'd you think there, Mr. Have a Ball?
Pick it out.
Pick it out, everybody. All right. So the Alan Jackson, we got to move on. We got about 4 minutes left before we wrap this one up. Lots of comments going off in the comments section. Bob Haynes, laughing my ass off. I'm scared for my life. I know. See, a lot of you guys, this album, Ginger Pain, quite possibly is the proudest. I think I'm more proud of that in terms of comedy than anything I've done. And it's just an album. There's no video. But to promote Ginger Pain, I went out and shot a bunch of photos. So those have been out there for a minute, but some of you are new to the page. So welcome to me. I will do anything for a laugh, pretty much anything. Chad Clemens, keep it out of the gutter, Kyle. Robbie Gillian, hashtag team frame. William Queen, yes. All right, that's Fair Troop. That's Fair Troop tribute show, says Shane Flint. Yeah, it'll be a massacre, Chad. I know he'll beat the crap out of me. Should we try a daiquiri? Go ahead and start spinning it up. I got Mr. Have-a-Ball over here, and he's going to make me a daiquiri. Go ahead. You can hit that button. It's going to be loud, but it's National Daiquiri Day. I cannot not have a daiquiri with you guys. I appreciate you spending time with me, and, happy birthday to John Heffron. If it's your birthday, happy birthday to you. Yeah, all that good stuff. Sorry, I was distracted. The Alan Jackson, any final thoughts anything I forgot to mention that I should throw in before we end this thing?
No, I don't think so. I think you're good. And
do you like daiquiris?
Do I like daiquiris?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm okay with them.
Yeah, like when in Rome. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like if you're at the beach and someone hands you a daiquiri, I'm not going to turn down a daiquiri.
Yeah, I don't go out of my way to make daiquiris for myself. But if I'm in a space that has them, sure.
Yeah. Now, let's talk about how great Kyle Troup is.
Oh, he's great.
We got to have him on more. We had him on one time on Country-ish a while back. He came in studio. Mm-hmm. Actually, it was Fried. It was the Fried Pod.
Yeah.
Remember before we changed the name?
I did.
He came, yeah. You liked it, right? I like me some Kyle Troup.
Yeah, no, I think Kyle's great. I think he's one of your best guests that you've had on. So,
well, before we end this thing, sometimes I like to do the, this day in history. So I was going to ask the Alan Jackson. I'll ask everybody else too.
Sure.
On this day in history, in 1879, July 19th. You want to make any guess what might make history? 1879. That's a long time ago. Thank you, Mr. Have-a-Ball. Look, here's my daiquiri. Strawberry daiquiri. I put strawberries in here, blueberries, and pineapple, and a wee bit of rum. Delicious. Thank you, Mr. Have-a-Ball. He's having one too. Now, the Alan Jackson, 1879, July 19. What happened? So Wild West days. Think of that.
Okay. Something with Billy the Kid. Is that right? No.
Well, you're not far off because Billy the Kid and this dude, I think they may have crossed paths. I'll tell you what happened. Doc Holliday killed somebody for the first time.
Doc Holliday's first kill. That was
July 19th. He commits his first murder, killing a man for shooting up his New Mexico saloon. Despite his formidable reputation as a deadly gunslinger, Doc Holliday only engaged in 8 shootouts during his life, and it has only been verified that he killed 2 men. Still, the smartly dressed ex-dentist from Atlanta had a remarkably fearless attitude toward death and danger, perhaps because he was slowly dying from tuberculosis.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But when you think Tombstone.
Tombstone, the movie, right? Yeah. It's good.
Val Kilmer, one of the best performances of his career, I believe, as Doc Holliday in Tombstone. I absolutely love it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, thank you, the Alan Jackson. Thank you, Robbie. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Justin and Brenda and Chris and Nicole and Joshua and everybody who joined me today on Heffron and Reep. Heffron is in New York, I believe, doing corporate gigs. The Alan Jackson, should we show the thing that Rick Sanford III made? Did you ever find that thing?
Yeah, I found it. I can show that.
I tell you what, the Alan Jackson. Why don't we end the show with that? That's how we get taken out. Can you do it?
I believe I can do that.
All right. If not, I'll come back and say goodnight.
Hold on. Let me just make sure I've got it. Yeah. I got it.
So
we're gonna play this and then we're done.
Yeah, this will be how we end the show. In honor of John Heffron's birthday, catch me in Charlotte at the Comedy Zone. Check out heffronandreep.com. Be a supporter. And Rick Sanford III made this awesome thing for John Heffron in honor of his birthday. And we'll catch you next time. Bicycle. I think we'll just end it with that, right? Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow. What a cute smile, huh? You know the rules, and so do I. I've built commitments while I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from any other guy. I just want to tell you how I'm feeling. Okay, that's good, the Alan Jackson. I believe we're going to get rickrolled by the residuals, or you know what I'm talking about. We'll see you next time, everybody. Bicycle! Bear, bear, bear. Thank you, Kyle Troup.
Since you love the Heffron and Reep show, please go to iTunes and let them know. Rank the show and leave a comment. We don't care what you write, you know. They, Heffron and Reep, have low self-esteem.